The San Francisco 49ers are fresh off a Thursday night victory. Yes, they just beat last week NFC West rival, the Seattle Seahawks. But this week, they take on the reigning Super Bowl champions in a rematch of the Super Bowl, the Kansas City Chiefs. And who's ready for your breakdown? Because ready or not, it's coming right now. Here's the breakdown. So the preview. The old cliche, right? Some Niners keys to victory. The old cliche. Establish the run and stop the run. Establish the run and stop the run. It is always just so important to stop the run. And Andy Reid establishes the run so well with the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't even know, like the short yardage plays that the Kansas City Chiefs and that their scheme employs, they have so many of them. It's so interesting to look at their offense, and you see, I think on the highlights, right? All these just Pat Mahomes just jacking the ball downfield, right? Just bombs to Rice and to who else? Xavier Worthy, right? Their game is so predicated on the run, on sort of like these short yardage plays. It can really. It can test your patience, I think, the Chiefs offense, and you have to be so disciplined. You can't miss assignments. You have to follow through with everything that you do. And if you slip up once, if you make one misstep, that's where the Chiefs will absolutely destroy you. So the Niners, they have to absolutely, just obliterate the Chiefs running game. If the Chiefs are in 3rd and 5 or shorter situations, they will win the game. That's too manageable. Patrick Mahomes is too good of a quarterback. He is simply the best player in the NFL, bar none. Hey, if you're like, hey, somebody on the Niners is the best player. Hey, how about the Niners win a Super Bowl? How about they win? If they win, I'll say that anybody on the Niners is the best player. They didn't win. And they didn't win the last time or the time before that or the time, You know what I'm saying here? Okay, so stop the run. And this is another thing. This is what I call it. I say, punk the dink and dunk. Punk the dink and dunk. So the Kansas City Chiefs, they have they got such a good short yardage game. Even though Kelce hasn't just blasted off this year, right? He's still amazing working short to intermediate routes and in the middle of the field. This is interesting what Pat Mahomes does too. What Travis Kelce does. When he's lining up, so like you got the quarters of the field or the thirds of the field. So center of the field, thirds. Travis Kelce just will run away from you. He just runs away from you in the center of the field at an angle. So it's like you can't, if he's running away at angle, it's very hard to like catch up or to beat on that route. But he's devastating at it. He's absolutely devastating at working the middle of the field. The Niners have to patrol that. I think whoever can control that short to intermediate and the middle of the field really has such an advantage in this game. But like I said, punk the dink and dunk. The Niners have to crush and own anything 15 yards and ahead of them. One more time. Anything that is 15 yards and ahead of the Niners, they must destroy. And they must destroy it with prejudice. And it's just so difficult to focus on that, right? To focus on, so that's why Pat Mahomes, that's why they get it's so easy with the short yardage. It's because they try to telegraph, they falsely telegraph deep, and then they just throw it underneath and they just spam it. It's spam. And once you finally come up, then they can beat you deep and they'll just beat you to a spot. Pat Mahomes is just absolutely he's just too good. You can't mess around with it, right? You cannot mess around. So if the Niners can even stop the run, which is that's the first line of attack, right? That's the first line of then they might have a chance. It's just going to be so tough, and so tough given a Niners defense that has not been consistent. And here's why the Niners defense is put at a disadvantage. Because the Niners still haven't dialed up pressure when it counts. So, in those third down situations, Pat Mahomes, instead of feeling rushed and whatnot, it's like he can step up. It's like he can step up and avoid Bosa, and then he has little else to deal with, right? Not a lot of blitzers. Sorensen isn't really a blitzer. So, gosh, Pat Mahomes really, if he can avoid that initial rush, he's going to have time, and that's where he kills you, right? That's where they destroy you. So, long story short, I believe that the weakness in the Niners defense is their inability to generate pressure when it counts. So even a third and long is manageable for an opposing offense because the pressure isn't there, because they have time to throw. Difficult. And I don't think that Sorensen has it down yet. I do not think that he has those blitzes and or the personnel down yet, evidenced by the fact that Devondre Campbell's still playing, okay? Oh, by the way, I think that, remember that I said this, maybe bookmark this, that the Chiefs will absolutely look to exploit Isaac Yiadom and Devondre Campbell on the Niners defense. So what does the Niners, okay, so, and if you're looking for indications of victory or defeat, if Rice or Worthy, if any of them have 2 receptions for 40 yards, oh, wow, more power to them. They're really good and fast receivers. They're good players. If they have 2 to 3 receptions for 140 yards and a touchdown, that's indicative of the Niners are not going to win. It's going to be very tough for the Niners to win that game, okay? It's almost exact. I said the same thing against Minnesota and Justin Jefferson. I was so correct that it sort of hurts, right? You really have to mitigate those deep shots. And it's very tough against Mahomes because Mahomes will take the shot. He's not afraid. And also with a guy like Yiadom downfield, and even, I'm sorry to say this, but Niners rookie Ronaldo Green, you definitely risk pass interference penalties and penalties downfield, which is half the reason. I think that's part of the reason that they even take those shots. So those will be indications. If you don't see pressure on Mahomes, if you see him running around, indication of defeat for the Niners. You see Xavier Worthy, 2 receptions, 130 yards, indication of defeat, okay? The Niners have to mitigate the damage done. And it's going to be so difficult because the Chiefs are a well-oiled machine. And also the Niners defense just hasn't clicked. Fred Warner's I'm not talking about players. I'm talking about schematically. It hasn't clicked, right? Niners years past, okay, the Harbaugh years, let's put that. We know that on a third down, listen to this. This is we're learning stuff here. We know that in the Jim Harbaugh years, on an opposing team's third down, Vic Fangio was bringing Ahmad Brooks, that Brooks was going to be blitzed, right? He had that outside linebacker just tailed, and it was a different scheme on defense, but you knew that he was going to dial up the pressure, okay? A Brooks blitz, a Willis blitz even, okay? You would know that, and that's combined with the Alden and Justin Smith's pressure, right? Now, quick, in your mind, what do the Niners do? What do the Niners do? Who do they blitz now? Currently, who are their killers? Who are their aces? Fred Warner's one. Okay, cool. Who else? Thank you. So it's cool. Got Leonard Floyd, decent this year, I guess. We got Nick Bosa. Is he overrated? I'm not even sure anymore. And that's it. On offense, the Niners must establish the run. Here is the difficulty with this whole situation, is that Spags, I think it's Steve Spagnolo, the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs, has just absolutely destroyed Niners game plans over the years. And I think that he's got such a read on Niners coach Kyle Shanahan. It's going to be This game's going to be so hard for the Niners to win, honestly. It's like, but some progress will be this. How will the Niners offense navigate when Spags dials up the blitzes? When the Chiefs blitzed the Niners in the last few games, when they blitzed the Niners, it was like an automatic Brock Purdy incompletion. It was like they brought numbers incomplete. You will know. So a key indicator for the Niners' success, can they get third and shorts? If the Niners can't get third and shorts, I don't know how they can win. I just don't know. So if they're getting third and fives and longer, Spagnuolo's going to dial up a blitz. They're going to get to Purdy before the route can be run. I think that's also what it is, right? So we got many times where Coach Kyle Shanahan, he won't even have anybody in the backfield. No threat of the run. He'll say, look, this is literally what's happening. Is Kyle Shanahan says to the Chiefs, he says, look, empty backfield. I'm going at you in passes. And look, my guys, Brandon Aiyuk is going to run a route. He's going to be open in 3 seconds, and it's going to be over. Deebo Samuel, it takes him a second to get open. Hey, what am I going at here? Okay. What am I getting out of here? Okay, watch this. Deebo Samuel will get open. It only takes him 3 to 4 seconds. Got it. Spagnuolo's like, got it. So you're not showing any run. You're telegraphing the pass, and also all these routes take time because Kyle Shanahan is that dude. His wide receiver routes, it's like never the quick. It's like he's gone away from the quick stuff nowadays, and they're like, okay, gotcha. So you're not showing run. You're showing pass. And you're telegraphing to me that be some intricate routes and stuff like that. Got it. Okay, well, you need 3 seconds for those routes. We're going to get in there in 1 second. It's over then. That's like what's happened. Look at the last Super Bowl. The Niners telegraphed the pass. The Chiefs brought the pressure, and the Niners were unable to do anything. And here's one thing, and this is Brock Purdy definitely needs to check down a lot more. Tom Brady made a comment. He's like, wow, I would have never run around and done all that, and I've done all that extra stuff to get a yard. Exactly. Tom Brady would have just checked down to a running back who got 5 or 6 yards, rather than Brock Purdy scrambling 15 yards and getting an incomplete pass. So what will the Niners do? Will they have quick outlets? So if I were the Niners, I would dial up. On second downs, so many second downs, I would screen, and third downs. I think that tight end, wide receiver, running back, and even fullback screens can beat the Chiefs because Spags is known to sort of, he overplays. He pushes it, right? He pushes numbers with the Niners, and he creates pressure, which the Niners haven't been able to deal with, right? Okay, by the way, I just have to say this. Okay, long story short, I made a different video, different preview, but it's like I literally tore down C-Train Station. I went on like a tirade. Who knows if it was profanity laced? I don't even remember. I kind of blacked out. But I talked about, and I'll take it down one more time. Hey, that's a friggin' blue belt right there. We got that. Of course, I got a letter and like the various sports that I played. Just so many, your head will spin. I'm not even kidding, by the way. I played like volleyball, basketball, football, and soccer. They're all in one season. I played all of them at one time. So often I would be playing like 5 games in a day. Not even kidding. Anyways, I got to show you this though. This is my jersey, the original bully right here. Of course, Piedmont, I know. Okay, whatever. But say what you will. I was on the Piedmont freshman football team. We never lost a game. We never lost. This uniform is undefeated. I am undefeated as a football player. And I played, like that much, but I definitely contributed and played. Why am I pulling out my uniform? Number one, because I was the original 19 freaking bully. Can we understand? I'm actually not even kidding there. Like I'm dead serious. But that beyond me pumping myself up, because I don't want to get into the tirade. I can't get caught up like last time. Our coach, Coach Humphreys, always said this. He said, look, this is football. It's a physical sport. It's a violent sport. It's a man's game, blah, blah, blah. Okay. If anything, our coach said, if anything, if you get confused, if you doubt yourself, if you have a question about life, when that whistle blows and the ball is snapped, and you see somebody in the opposite uniform, go up and hit them, block them, destroy them as hard as you can. So, regardless of how the Niners do, the Niners absolutely must get respect physically for a team that doesn't respect them. I do not believe Spagnolo says that he respects them. I don't think so. I think that's a lie, like literally. The Niners absolutely need to earn respect, and they need to earn it by punking the Kansas City Chiefs. Go up and hit them as hard, block them, whatever, as hard as you can. So, instead of having like just Fred Warner tackle Travis Kelce, why not have Fred Warner start the tackle? Have Jair Brown punch 5 times to get the ball out? Oh no, he accidentally hits Travis Kelce's stomach and like injures a rib. That sucks, doesn't it? Football is a physical, violent sport though. What's better than Fred Warner making a solo tackle? A gang tackle of 5 people. The Niners need to start to inflict punishment on defense by gang tackling. They haven't done it to start out. I don't believe they'll do it because Nick Sorensen isn't that dude, but they need to. So the difference between my philosophy and what the Niners do is the Niners need to establish physical respect, and they need to do it by going right up, by having Dominic Puni, Aaron Banks, pulling Puni, the left side behind Banks and Trent Williams, and smashing everybody that you can in the freaking face. Destroying them. Punch them so hard that you hurt some ribs. That's wonderful. That's legal. It is legal to block somebody like this in the rib section and break a rib. Sorry, not sorry in any way, shape, or form, because these guys make so much money, and also it's a violent sport, and I'm not promoting killing or anything like that. I'm literally promoting playing so freaking physically that the Chiefs remember, because I think that all they remember with the Niners is just thrashing them. The Niners need to get physical. It actually starts on defense, but I don't think that they can get it done there, because in terms of just killers, it's like I see that Fred Warner, right? I literally don't even see Nick Bosa. He doesn't flash as much as he used to in years past. So, gosh, every week I've had the Niners winning, successfully winning, right? I've predicted them to win. Will it be different this week? My prediction for this game, the Niners 24, the Chiefs 28. Absolutely, I see the Niners losing this game. I believe that the Chiefs beat the Niners in the Niners' house, unfortunately. And but not by that much. By the way, the refs, this is like the refs are so conducive to the Niners. Like the refs call lots of holds, the ones that are going to be reffing this game. So like everything edges towards the Niners, and I do not think that they'll be able to pull it off. I don't think that Nick Sorensen is a good enough defensive coordinator to beat Reed and Mahomes. And also, I think that Steve Spagnolo, Chiefs defensive coordinator, absolutely eats Kyle Shanahan's lunch. He eats Kyle Shanahan's lunch after holding Kyle Shanahan upside down and taking his lunch money. So Kyle Shanahan also has his money gone and his lunch. So he's broke and he can't eat. Anyways, so look, by the way, I think the Niners are doing fine this season. They're doing fine. I've criticized them and stuff, of course, because they're a 500 team or whatever. But they're doing fine. This is par for the course. I think that they're going to lose this one, and that's okay, right? I don't think they're a bad team. I think that they're a good team. I still think that they can compete. They are just totally not there yet. They can get there not only by beating the Chiefs, but by beating them up. I'm C-Train. Hey, what's your score prediction? I gotta know in the comments below. Any score prediction that's closer than my score prediction gets the shout out. And also, we'll get, if I ever do any raffles, if I ever do any drawings for prizes, you get in that automatically entered in the raffle for an awesome prize. Hey, like, subscribe. Thanks for checking out C-Train Station. I would love to see your score predictions down below in the comments. Till next time. See you later.